There's a quiet that waits for you behind your own front door, the kind that doesn't announce itself with trumpets or applause. It simply opens its arms when the key turns, and the day collapses at your feet like a coat you've been wearing for far too long. You step inside, and the air changes. The world outside keeps screaming, scrolling, performing, proving. But here, the volume drops to almost nothing. The refrigerator hums its old familiar song. The clock doesn't hurry, it just keeps its patient promise. And your lungs, for the first time all day, remember how to fill themselves completely. You are home. People who have never felt this will never understand. They'll see the closed curtains at 8 p.m. on a Saturday and think, lonely. They'll see the unanswered messages and assume, sad. They'll see the same hoodie 3 days running and whisper, giving up. They don't know that some of us don't hide from life. We drown in its noise. Out there, we are borrowed versions of ourselves, louder, brighter, smaller, safer, whatever the room demands. We smile with teeth that don't feel like ours. We laugh half a second too late because we're busy calculating whether it's okay to be quiet. We come home carrying pockets full of swallowed words and borrowed energy, and the moment the door shuts, we let it all spill onto the floor. The tears, the exhaustion, the relief, the real laugh that finally escapes when no one is watching. There is always that one moment, the same every single time. You drop your keys in the bowl, or you lean against the kitchen counter, or you sit on the edge of the bed and stare at nothing. And suddenly the weight you didn't even know you were carrying slides off your back. Your shoulders drop so low it almost hurts. Your jaw unclenches and you didn't even realize it had been clenched since morning. A sound comes out of you, half sigh, half sob, and you don't bother to name it. You just let it happen. Because here, nobody needs you to explain your feelings in bullet points. Here, you are allowed to be a mess and still be loved by the only person whose love you can never outrun, yourself. You make tea too strong and forget it on the counter until it's cold. You wear socks with holes because they're soft and they know the exact shape of your tired feet. You talk out loud to the plants, to the moon, to the version of you that got lost somewhere between school corridors and office small talk. And slowly she walks back across the years and sits beside you on the couch. She doesn't ask where you've been. She just hands you the blanket and says, I saved your spot. Some nights the loneliness is so big it has its own heartbeat. It's not the empty kind. It's the full kind, heavy with all the things you never got to say, all the dreams still too tender to speak aloud, all the love you have that hasn't found its right address yet. It aches in the best way, like a bruise you press on purpose because the pain reminds you you're alive. You sit with it in the dark, and you don't try to fix it.
You just let it be the size that it is. And somehow, in the letting, it shrinks enough to live inside your chest without killing you. You have learned the rarest, hardest, most beautiful skill: how to be alone without being lonely. How to sit in a room with nothing but your own thoughts and not feel punished. How to hear your heartbeat and call it company. How to close the door on the entire spinning world and feel, impossibly, like the world just got wider. You light candles not for the scent, but for ritual. You read the same book 3 times because it feels like an old friend who already knows all your secrets. You leave dishes in the sink because tomorrow is not an emergency. You dance in the kitchen at 2 a.m. to a song only you can hear, arms wide, eyes closed, moving like someone who is finally free. And yes, sometimes guilt knocks. You scroll past everyone else's glittering nights and wonder if joy is happening somewhere else and you're missing the only train. But then you remember the truth you paid for in exhaustion. Those lights are bright, but they're also blinding. Those parties are loud, but they're also shallow. Those smiles are wide, but many of them are rehearsed. You are not missing life. You are living a different chapter of it, one written in softer ink, on pages no one else will ever read, and it is just as real. You are not waiting for permission to begin. you began the moment you chose to come home to yourself instead of abandoning yourself again. When you do open the door and step back into the world, you don't leave empty-handed. You carry something no amount of noise can give, a quiet pool of calm at the center of you. People feel it before they understand it. They lean closer without knowing why. They speak softer around you. They exhale and say, "I don't know, you just feel safe." They don't realize you spent hundreds of ordinary evenings collecting that safety, drop by drop, the way some people collect applause. Let them keep their applause. You have something louder in its silence, the sound of your own heart finally allowed to beat at its real rhythm. One day, someone will walk into your soft-lit rooms, kick off their shoes, sink into your couch, and breathe out a sentence you have waited your whole life to hear. "I didn't know I was allowed to be this tired and still be whole." And you will hand them tea in your favorite chipped mug and say nothing, because nothing needs to be said. They will understand, in the way no words ever could, that home is not a place on a map. It is a person you become when the world finally shuts up long enough for you to hear your own soul sing. Until then, keep coming home. Keep choosing the hoodie, the candle, the too strong tea, the 3 a.m. thoughts, the blanket fort, the unwashed hair, the unsent letters, the slow mornings. Keep choosing yourself when the easier thing would be to lose yourself again. Because the bravest love story you will ever live is the one where you close the door, turn off the noise, and still decide, still choose to stay. Not because you're afraid of the world, but because you are in love, deeply, fiercely, irrevocably, with the person you become when the world finally lets you be her. You are home, and that has always, always been more than enough.